Sunnah according to Prophet himself. This is the true Sunnat as God's cause demands, and its Prophet himself termed it as his Sunnah, and the Prophet himself termed it as his Sunnat. Mishkatul Masabih Hadith 175 and Tirmidhi. If you are in a position to pass your morning and evening, keeping your heart free from malice against anyone, then act according to it. That is my Sunnah. And he who loves my Sunnah, he in fact loves me. And he who loves me, he should be with me in paradise. Who said this? Prophet said this. What I repeat? If you are in a position to pass your morning and evening, Prophet is saying, what? How? Keeping your heart free from malice against anyone. Keeping your heart free from malice against anyone if you pass your morning and evening, that you do not think evil, wrong, or bad about anyone from morning to evening. Then Prophet is saying, act according to it. That is my Sunnah. If you do such a thing, that will be my Sunnah. And he who loves my Sunnah, he in fact loves me. He who loves my Sunnah, he loves me. And he who loves me, he would be with me in paradise. So Prophet has told a formula that, in short, that who will find paradise, who will be with the Prophet in paradise. Prophet calls God's cause his Sunnah. Unilateral love for all, malice for none. Unilateral love for all, malice for none. Mishkatul Masabih Hadith 176, and this hadith also comes in Baihaqi, and it goes, he who held fast to my Sunnah in the period of turmoil of my people, for him is the rewards of 100 martyrs. The Prophet said that now every person wants to be a martyr, shaheed. Every person, every Muslim wants to be a shaheed. But over here, Prophet is giving a formula to receive the reward of 100 shaheeds. And what is that formula? To stick to the sunnat of the Prophet in the period of turmoil. If we stick to the sunnah of the Prophet in the period of turmoil, then we will get the reward of not just one shaheed but 100 shaheeds. No wonder that person will find himself with the Prophet in paradise, as earlier talked about in the first hadith quoted. Oh people, so oh people, what do I call you to? Do you see what do I call you to? Don't I call you to become an army of Habils? An army of better sons of Adam? I call you for a reward of 100 martyrs. Is there anyone who would want to receive it? Is there anyone who would want to receive 100 martyrs? Today, suicide bombers go and they blow themselves up to get the reward of a martyr. Over here, we are getting a reward of 100 martyrs to not have malice against anyone in our heart, to not have negative thoughts, feelings about anyone, and have unilateral love for all, and getting a reward of 100 martyrs. But we Muslims do not have that feeling, have that spirit. We do not walk that sunnah, which the Prophet said is his sunnah. May the believers say labbaik. It comes in Mishkatul Masabih Hadith 178 and also in Tirmidhi. 170, Mishkatul Masabih Hadith 170 and Tirmidhi. Let there be glad tidings to the strangers. They are those persons who set right what the people had corrupted of my sunnah. Over here, Prophet is giving a indication as to telling that in that period of turmoil, those who will actually be walking his sunnat will be strange people, will be strangers, will be very strange people. Why will they be strange? Because the Prophet's sunnah would have been killed in that time. And what those people will be doing is, they will try to bring back the sunnah of the Prophet, the lost sunnah of the Prophet. As the Hadith says, let there be glad tidings to strangers. They are those persons who set right what the people had corrupted of my sunnah. It comes in Mishkatul Masabih Hadith 159, and it also is a hadith of Muslim, Sahih Muslim. Islam initiated as something strange, and it would revert to being strange. So let there be tidings for the strangers. So who are the strangers? As discussed in the about the earlier hadith, that why does the Prophet say let there be glad tidings to the strangers? He says glad tidings to the strangers because at that time Islam will be totally strange. As it comes in another hadith that a time will come upon my ummah that the Muslims, that the name of Islam will be left and only the words of Quran will be left. Muslims will call themselves Muslims, but they will be farthest from it. It is that time when the Prophet says that those who set right of my destroyed Sunnah, they will get the rewards of 100 martyrs. Those who do not follow God's cause fall in the following hadith of Mishkatul Masabih Hadith 171 and Tirmidhi, which says, there would exactly befall my ummah evils which have befallen on the people of the book. That even my ummah will face the same evils which the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, faced. So much so that if there would be one who would do a certain sin among them, among the people of the book, there would be among my ummah one who would do that. And the people of the book will be fragmented into 72 sects. That if the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, will be divided into 72 sects, my ummah would be divided into 73 sects. All of them will be in hellfire. Prophet is saying that all of the sects in Muslims will go in hell. So we have this thinking that all the Muslims will go to paradise. No, Muslims over here, Prophet is saying out of the 73 sects, all of them will go in hellfire except one sect. Companion said, which is that? He replied, it is one to which I and my companions belong. That is Sunnah of the Prophet, which is no malice for everyone, for anyone, as discussed in the very first Sunnah, of the very first hadith of this topic. But today Muslims are full of malice for everyone, for the different sects. Shias have malice for Sunnis, Sunnis have malice for Shias, Barelvis are against Deobandis, Deobandis are against Barelvis. We have malice for Hindus, for Jews, for Christians, for Americans, Russians, etc., etc. No matter what definitions we give to the term Sunnah, today we define this is Sunnat, this is Sunnat. If you sit like this, it is the Sunnat. If we stand like this, this is a Sunnat. If we drink water like this, it is Sunnat. No matter what we call, how we define the term Sunnat, it doesn't matter. What matters is the definition of the Sunnah Prophet himself gave. Which will be the correct definition? The definition which we gave to the term Sunnat, or the definition which Prophet himself gave to the term Sunnat? Prophet said, my Sunnat is having malice for no one. He said, this is my Sunnat. Today everybody talks about Sunnat, but nobody talks about this thing. People talk about drink like this, stand like this, sit like this. Where does Prophet say that this is my Sunnat, this is my Sunnat, this is my Sunnat? The thing which Prophet said is my Sunnat is the thing which we Muslims have ignored completely. Whatever Prophet did might be his Sunnat, might be a Sunnat, and we call it his Sunnat. Whatever Prophet did might be a Sunnah, and we call it his Sunnah, but real Sunnah is one which he called my Sunnah, my Sunnah. Hopefully God will guide us to the Sunnah of the Prophet. Ameen.